Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Paige. This is Seeking Alexandria, and girl, you're probably thinking like, Paige, what is going on? Well, if you missed yesterday's video, I will go ahead and link it up here. It is the review of the new Benefit Hello Happy Foundation. I talk about it, my full thoughts, opinions, wear test, all that good stuff will be in that video. And actually, this video you are watching right now is a segue from this video. And that is because in that video, I told you guys I would be playing around and testing out so much more drugstore makeup today, and I am ridiculously excited. Now, as of last week, I had been playing around with so much drugstore already, and I know at this point y'all might be a little sick of drugstore makeup, but like, let's be honest, there is so much stuff getting released. I have to play around with all of it because there's so many good things that I have already found. Just in last week's video, I did a full face of what's new with NYX, I'll link it. A full face of new with Catrice, I'll link that. I did, oh my god, my full face of Pixi, not related, but so good, I'll link that too. So we're gonna go ahead and dive in with that now, just to kind of bring you up to speed if you're not familiar with this. All of my base products were done in conjunction with this video, so I did go ahead and use products that were not new nor drugstore, but from this point forward, that's what we're going to be playing with. Okay, so this right here is the BH Run Wild by Tina Yong. This was the collab that she did, and this has, oh my gosh, some pretty bright colors, and we have these complexion shades over here. That is kind of like a cool tone bronzer shade. Oh my gosh, and it is so soft and silky. Okay, you're a contender. You go in this pile. And then this is Makeup Revolution in collab with Leary. This is the Ultimate Goddess Face and Shadow Palette. This is, look at this mirror alone. The mirror alone gives me life, but then it also has kind of these bronzery, highlighty blush shades over here. And this is the shade Brandy, and then Indulge. Let's swatch both of those. So Brandy is the lighter, and then we have Indulge. Okay, so that also has good bronzer products. Let's set that in that pile. And then this is the Makeup Revolution Leary Goddess on the Go palette. And this also has a darker bronzy shade in it. I could probably make that one work too. Okay, we have way more bronzers in here than I thought I did, okay? Yes. Then I also grabbed the Makeup Revolution Roxy palette. This is the Roxas Highlight and Contour palette. Got this shiny packaging, life, okay. Guys, I should have started with this palette. It has 4 freaking shades in it. Okay, all right. Not bad, you guys. These feel real nice. I really feel like that second shade out of this Roxy palette right here is going to be a good one. This guy right here. Also, guys, another big old beefy mirror right there. I love a beefy mirror, but I love a bigger beefy mirror too. Look at that. I can fit my whole big ass head in here. Yes, honey. Okay, not mad at you. And then I am gonna go in here with my IT Cosmetics blurring powder brush and that shade that I just showed you guys out of the Roxy palette. And I'm just going to lightly kind of tap into it and apply. Ooh, girl. Okay. I feel like this one is applying nicely to the skin, but it's pulling a little bit pink undertoned, and I don't know why, but it's kind of looking like blush. Listen, motorcycle. I have my own problems right now. I can't deal with you. Like, I'm not against it. It just is pulling a little bit more blushy than I would enjoy. Now, I also want to try the first one that I swatched. This is out of the BH Run Wild palette, the shade Cocoa right here. Oh, excuse me, right here. I want to try applying that as well. So I'm just going to take it on the same brush. I wiped the brush off. And I'm just going to take this side now and kind of apply it over here and just see what we think. Motorcycles, we've talked about this. You're very irritating. There we go. This one is pulling much more bronzerific than the other side, and I'm not sure if it'll show up on camera or not, but this one has an actual like bronze undertone to it. I'm gonna have to really buff this cheek out right here. Whereas this side, it blended really nicely as well, but it gave me much more of the kind of like pinky undertone. It's not pinky in a bad way. It's just a little bit more pink undertone than what I would go with personally for a bronzer. But both sides look really nice. Like, I'm not mad at either of them. Phone, okay, between you and the motorcycles, one of you got to go. I'm gonna throw a little bit of this Cocoa shade from BH on this side as well, just so they both match, you know. We like matching sides to our face. It's a good thing. This freaking bronzer from BH in this Run Wild palette is ridiculous. Look at how much I overbronze my nose. Girl. And my like Dorito Cheeto cupcakes, where? Haven't had one in 3 years. Boof, gone. Wow. These don't have any crazy name. They're just the Revlon powder blushes, which I quite appreciate. And out of the new shades, I picked up these 2 colors right here. The deeper one is 33 Very Berry, and then this lighter shade is 28 Apricute. Oh, that is a great name. Apricute. Listen to you. So I grabbed both of these. Again, these are the newer shades. And then I also grabbed, I believe, 2 of their older shades, I'm assuming, because they don't have the newer packaging or the little sticker that says new shade on them. But girl wants to look at them anyways because I love blush. Now, if you're looking at these like I did and you're like, hey, this is double the size, they're actually both the same size at 0.17 ounces a piece. So hello marketing, making it look like you're getting double the amount of product here. I see what you're doing, Revlon. Smart. Full-size pan, I think, would always sell better than this. Plus, these ones, these like half a pan styles, they came with these weird little brushes, which I'm sorry, ain't nobody got time for. Like, who's over here applying their blush like that? Who? You who? Because girl, it ain't me. No thank you, bye, gotta go. Don't make a mess. Okay, so I was gonna swatch these blushes for you. This is so perplexing to me. This is the very first blush I picked up to swatch. It literally looks like a pink highlight. This is the shade 14 Tickled Pink. I think it would be pretty maybe as like a blush topper, but I'm really confused as to why it is so reflective. Like, who are you? What's going on? So the next shade I have is number 1, Oh Baby Pink. And I'm sorry, but like, I literally can't even see it. I don't even think you can see it on camera. It's right here. Hello. And then out of these 2 newer shades here, we have these little guys right here, which are 28, which is Apricute, and 33, which is Very Berry. And I have to say, just out of swatching all 4 of them, I actually do feel like these newer shades not only feel nicer, but they have way nicer pigmentation to them. Like, if I didn't know sitting here that all 4 of these were Revlon, I would look at this and say, well, clearly these 2 blushes are a different brand because these 2 look really nice. Like, that's how different they look. So I think the one I want to play around with is actually shade number 28, Apricute. I just think this is the cutest freaking color ever. So I'm gonna go ahead here and take this on the IT Cosmetics. This is their Soft Touch Blush Brush. Oh wow, that is so freaking powdery. I just tapped into that one time. Can you see the level of kick in that pan right there? What? Anyways, let's go ahead and hit the little cheeks here with it. Really, really lightly, because this has a nice color to it, but it's very, very rich, so you'll definitely want to build it up. And for those of you that are wondering, yes, we are going to fix my overly bronzed nose. I promise we're almost there. Now, I am going to go ahead real quick here and blend all of that together and buff it into the skin with my Pixi. This is their Flawless Finish Powder in shade 0 Translucent. I think I already linked it, the full face I did of Pixi. That's where I found this powder, and it is so nice. Really get in there and buff that bronzer, honey. Just like in Son-in-Law, buff the wood, buff the wood, buff the wood. I'm sorry, but if you don't know what I'm talking about right now, you did not grow up in the 90s, okay? Pauly Shore was the man. Look at how much better everything is just like blended and pressed. I know my nose still looks a little crazy, but it's beautiful, right? Like, oh, so good. Let's go ahead now and move on to brows. I don't know who I am today. I don't know who I am. I don't know where I come from. I can't help myself. I can't stop myself. Ah. Okay, brows. Boom and Boom. These are both covered in crap from one of my Ulta packages that came pretty much completely annihilated with eyeshadow, but these were just fine. These are their Brow Ultra Slim Precisely brow pencil things. I have them in 2 shades. I have medium brown and deep brown. So it looks like one end is a nice little pencil style, good point, and then the other side does have a spoolie. So let's go ahead and give ourselves a swatch. Ooh, these are a little bit hard. They're not super creamy, that's for sure. They're feeling a little bit aggressive. This is the shade, what is this one? Medium brown right here. And then this one right here appears to be 26 deep brown. And if I had to guess the difference between the two on camera, they look almost identical. And if I'm being honest, in real life they do as well. I would say the deep brown has a little bit more of like a chocolate base, and the one to the medium brown is just slightly cooler, which I think makes it look a little bit lighter. That's just from what I can see personally. So I think I'm gonna go in with the shade deep brown. Normally I would go in with medium, but I do like the undertone of this one slightly better. And I'm gonna just kind of start mapping out my brows a little bit. And because these are a much more, I would say, aggressive texture, they're not super creamy, I'm gonna do this with light little tick motions, kind of. And there is a plus side to using a brow pencil like this that's not overly creamy, because you won't like go through a ton of product quickly, which if you're using a really creamy pencil, you do have the tendency to use those a lot faster. So at least this is one that'll last a little bit nicer, which is good. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side real quick here. and then we'll be back to talk about some goodies. So real quick, I did throw in a little bit of my ABH dark brown brow gel real quick, and I did conceal and clean up the underside with a little concealer. And now we are going to move into some eyeshadow. And y'all, I have so many things for eyeshadow. As you guys have seen, I have the Makeup Revolution Roxy palette, the ones from Rachel Leary. I have the one from BH Cosmetics, the Run Wild palette. But out of everything here, there's one product that I haven't talked about that is not drugstore, but I'm so curious to play around with it, you guys. It's from Alter Ego. This is their new Daydream palette, and this is actually one they sent me, both their Goddess and their Daydream. They did send these to me, by the way, which is super exciting. But this is a company that basically, I think it's every month they come out with an eyeshadow palette, and they do kind of resemble or are dupes for other high-end palette. For example, this guy, this is their Goddess palette. It's a dupe for the Natasha Denona Gold palette. And then this is the Daydream palette for this month. And can anybody else say hello? Another Huda Beauty new nude palette dupe. Like, what is it? Did I or did I not just talk about this? Full face of what's new. It's Revolution Pro. I will link it up here. And that I saw this and I was like, it's another one. But my hope with this is that it's going to go better. I think even though this isn't drugstore, which by the way, it is on the affordable side, it's only $16. I think I'm going to play around with this one today though, because I've played with all of these other formulas, whether it's Makeup Revolution, Revolution Pro, BH Cosmetics. Like, I've tried all of those formulas and I've never tried theirs before. And I really feel like I should play around with it. So that's what we gonna do. So let's go ahead and start off here by doing a little side-by-side comparison. So over here is Daydream, over here is Huda New Nude. So you can definitely see very inspired by, very much so trying to copycat the other here. Now, I'm not really looking to do any crazy eye look, but I just wanted to show you guys that this is a comparison. Now let's go ahead and buzz through a little eye look, shall we? Because girl, we got a video to get back to. So I'm just gonna take a little bit here of my ABH eye primer, and I'm going to pop that up onto my lids real quick. So with that applied, I'm gonna grab my BH number 9 Festival brush here, and I think I'm gonna start off by dipping into Celestial, and I want to work that onto the outer V a little bit and kind of pack it through the crease. Ooh, ooh, okay, pigment, hello, nice to see you again. Very pretty. Now this isn't really the right brush for what I'm doing, but I'm more or less trying to stamp this shade. And then what I want to do is kind of fluff out the edge a little bit here. I want to test these shades and see how blendable they are because I've never played with this formula before. I want to really get in there and test them out good and proper like. And ooh, that's really pretty. Dang, okay. Wow, that color is gorgeous. It is giving me a little bit of kick and pan, but I'm having no fallout on the face, which is really nice. I want to go up and blend out the outer portion of that same brush with the shade Bubbly right down here, which is like a really beautiful, like peachy pink shade. I just want to use this to kind of blend, and then I'm going to pull it in toward the inner area of the eye as well here, and just kind of get it right in that orbital bone. I love pulling it up here. It's a really pretty color. Wow. And then just to blend that area a little bit more up toward the brow bone, I'm going to take Glow, which is this nice bone colored shade, just to blend everything out, make sure it's all seamless. Y'all know the drill. I like having a seamless looking brow bone. You know, one thing I didn't do is I never touched this base color right here. Well, it's actually got some pigment to it. For those of you that don't know, by the way, the Huda Beauty New Nude palette did have a base concealer looking shade, and this one does as well. It actually does kind of buff in, very similar to how the Huda one does as well. It's thinner. It does buff out like into the skin, has a little bit of light tack to it. Okay, I'm not mad at it. I don't use those shades typically anyway, so that's why I didn't for this, but just to note, it is in there. Interesting. Okay, let's go ahead and same brush, because you all know I use one brush to do so much. I'm going to grab the shade Sugar Plum right here, which is a really nice deep matte purple. I'm going to use that just to lightly kind of deepen and buff it in to this outer V right here just a little bit. This isn't going to be some crazy in-depth eye look. I'm just really wanting to check the pigmentation and see how everything blends, which so far everything's blending really nicely. I'm going to take that same deep purple shade here and kind of run that on the lower lash line. And then I'm going to go in with the shade Bubbly, that pale pink down here, that pale peachy pink. I'm just going to meet that up on like the inner area and then kind of blend it toward that darker purple, just to soften the darker purple a little bit on that Lower lash line, girl. So now I'm gonna grab some e.l.f. glitter glue here and I'm going to apply that to the lid and take it nice and high into this inner area right here. And then I'm gonna grab the shade Starcrossed, which is this top kind of marbled shade right here. Ooh, that's pretty. Wow, that feels really nice too. And I'm just going to pack that into this area. Wow. I mean, okay, $16 palette. You're not playing around. Look at that freaking shade. Holy bejesus. I did not expect this. Okay. And then I'm just kind of lightly taking and tapping that color all the way back and just lightly kind of blending everything together with my finger here. Now, as I do this other eye, guys, I was a little bit hesitant because I had never played with this brand before and I wanted to get a good feel for them before I, you know, said anything about it. But like I told you guys, this palette was actually sent to me and they did give me my own affiliate link and code. Now, I did reach out and ask just to clarify, and they said it is not a paid code, so it is a discount code. I believe it's page 10 and it'll save you guys 10% off the palette, which is already only 16 bucks, but still, any little bit of money, girl, we will take a savings. But I just wanted you guys to know it is not something I am paid for. It is just an affiliate link, so I will have both of those things linked down below for you if you want to check out this release or any of their other releases. They will be linked down below, but they are not paid. And I did get that information directly from them, just so, you know, you guys always know the truth tea about it. Like, I'm super impressed with how freaking nice that shade is. This, by the way, hands down, beats the Makeup Revolution one out of the water. Like, the way that that just applied is gorgeous. Wow. I'm actually going to take a little bit of Fairy Tale, which is right below it here. Wow, oh my god, that is the... Now I wish I would have played with this one too. It's just a light little, like, purple shimmer. I'm just gonna kind of tap that back here as well because I don't know when to stop because I can't help myself. Wow, for real, this is at $16, so much nicer than that Makeup Revolution palette was for $20. Wow. Now, because they did send me this one and the Goddess palette, which is a dupe for the Natasha Denona, I will work with both and let you guys know, you know, after a while, after a month or so, what I think of the formula and whatnot for these. But so far, I'm super impressed with that. That's really nice. Now, real quick, I'm gonna grab my Dragun Beauty under eye brightening powder right here, and this is a BH number 4 brush from their Rose Quartz collection. I am going to pop that under my eyes because your girl loves a nice bright under eye, honey. Oh my god, this is so good. You know what I really want to do real quick is I just want to swatch. I can't get over this Daydream thing. Hold on. I need to swatch some of these. I want to swatch all these shimmery shades. I'm officially shocked. Okay, I legitimately didn't think it'd be this good. Okay. No offense, but wow. Your girl's real skeptical, especially after that Revolution Pro video. I am a skeptic. Let me go ahead and swatch just some of these mattes too while we're at it. Okay, apparently when I said mattes, I meant mattes and one shimmer. Wow, like look at that. These are not patchy at all. Those are just, like, oh my god, the pigmentation on these is stunning. And obviously everything that I said in my Revolution Pro video about not copying other brands and all of that, like that's still true. I don't take anything I said away just because they sent me this or because there's an affiliate link or anything like that. I'm still not a huge fan of brands copying, but at least the fact that they copied and they produced something good, that was my biggest issue in that Revolution Pro video, was that if you're gonna copy, like at least do it right, like at least put together something that's decent, and that's actually good. Like, wow, my eyes look so pretty. All right, so now it is time to move on. We're gonna bust into some highlights, which y'all know out of all these face palettes, girl, we have highlights to play with for days, but first we have to set the face in and start really getting that lock going. So for that, I'm gonna use my Maybelline Lasting Fix. This is their new one. As you can see, it is dirty yet again. This was in the same box that got annihilated from Ulta, so I apologize that it's dirty, but we're gonna give this a go here. It's not fragranced or anything, not mad at that. Good spray though, listen to that. Ooh, yes. I'm actually going to hold out on going in with that because I was reading the bottle and it says that this is a matte finish for up to 16 hours of wear. And I will use it, but I want to use that as my last step right before my dewy spray. I know it doesn't make any sense, but there's a method to my madness. So I'm going to pause that and go in instead with the Catrice HD Active Performance. I talked about this in my full face of what's new with Catrice. If I didn't link it, I will. We're going to spray the face down. Okay, so now we have to talk highlights, and girl, there is a lot of highlight to talk about in all of these palettes. So let's start just looking and swatching and feeling and loving. So out of the Rachel Leary Goddess on the Go, it looks like there's one shade here, Get It Poppin'. This one might work for my skin tone. Let's start there. That is light. That would probably work for my skin tone. All right. What is there anything out of her big palette here? Oh, out of her big palette, there's even more. What's this pretty white shade here? Here is that shade swatched. It has a little bit more of like a light yellow iridescence. I don't love that, but the shade itself is really pretty. These are both on the thicker formula. I do prefer more of a thin, lightweight formula. These have a little bit of a thickness to them, but they are really, really pretty. So if you buff them into the skin, they'd probably work pretty nicely. So next up we have the Makeup Revolution Roxy palette, and in here there's there's 3 shades I think that could work for me, but the only one I would use is this one. Oh, this feels really nice and light. Okay, actually we'll also swatch this this yellowy one right here too. That gold one right there is like standout. It feels so nice and smooth. It won't work for my skin tone, but y'all, it is gorgeous. So out of this palette from BH, it looks like we have the shade Starlit right here. This could work for my skin tone. Okay, never mind. No, it won't. So that's too deep for me right there. All right, so I'm thinking out of all these, I'm gonna try this yellow one first out of the Roxy palette, which is this color right here. So I'm gonna go in here with the Morphe JH05 and dig into that shade out of the Roxy palette. Just get my brush nice and loaded up here, and I'm going to buff it in to the skin. Oh, okay. Very pretty. It is giving me a fair amount of texture on the skin that isn't buffing away, but I also have a lot of texture on my upper cheek. So just something to note, these do seem to have a little bit of a thicker formula, but the highlight itself, girl, that is gorgeous. I'm gonna grab this shade. This is Get It Poppin', again, out of the Rachel Leary. I'm just gonna wipe off that same brush here. Ooh, that's pretty. Again, a little bit heavier in texture than I would typically like. I'm gonna go ahead and throw a little bit of this color on this side as well, just to kind of try to make them match a little bit. Girl, that chalupa ain't gonna eat itself. Chalupa chin in it. Yes, honey. All right, so now we're gonna go in with the Maybelline Lasting Fix. Just to say, while we're at it here, it says extends makeup wear for up to 16 hours, matte finish, and helps prevent makeup from melting or fading. Use after makeup application. Okay. All right, and now real quick, I'm gonna grab the Milani Make It Dewy spray here. So when it comes to mascaras, I have a couple of different choices. I have the new one from Revlon. This is their So Fierce mascara. I also have 2 new ones from Essence that are waterproof. So let's go with Volume and Curl from Essence. The other one is Length and Definition. I'm gonna go ahead first here and curl my little lashes right on up to Jesus himself, honey, with my Tarte Lash Curler. And I think we'll go in first with the Revlon side, get a few coats of that on. All right, so I just went in here. This is my 3rd coat of this Revlon mascara. And here's the thing. First of all, it is a wetter formula, so I'm a little bit nervous that it's going to transfer, number 1. Number 2, it's making my lashes kind of clumpy, and I'm not really loving that. So I'm gonna leave that side alone, and on the other side, I'm gonna go in here with the Essence You Better Work Volume and Curl Mascara, again, gym-proof and waterproof, and give this side a go. All right, so this is my 3rd coat on the Essence side. And I gotta be honest, I actually think the Essence side is a little bit better. Not only are the lashes actually a little bit longer, a little bit more full, they are a little bit more spidery, but I like that they're not kind of harshly clumping together as much as they did on the Revlon side. The Revlon side is very like wet, sticky, and this one is a lot drier, but it's not a dry formula. It's just a lot drier than this one, if that makes sense. So I do think I like the Essence side better. All right, and then I'm also gonna grab this little guy from Revlon here. This is their So Fierce Vinyl Eyeliner. It says this is a long-wearing gel glossy waterproof eyeliner. Interesting. Wow, that is so creamy. Ooh, y'all. All right, let me go ahead here and do a little swatch. Guys, this is like, look at this. I'm barely holding like onto this at all. Just dragging it. It is so black, and I literally applied no pressure. This is so freaking creamy. Wow, I can't wait to play with this more. Okay, so now it's time for lips, and y'all, I have so many options. These are all from Revlon. These are all from Maybelline. The Maybelline ones are their Superstay Ink Crayons. And then from Revlon, we have, it looks like some glosses and maybe some, what is this? Ultra Vinyl Lip Polish. Oh my God, I'm so interested. Okay, let's start with Revlon. All right, so real quick, while we're diving into the Revlon side, first thing I wanna ask you guys is, does this give anybody else the feeling that these are a bunch of tampons? Anybody else? Just me? I don't know. But that's really the vibe I got. Like the first thing I thought of when I opened this package was, did someone send me tampons? because that's what these look like. Now, I'm not mad at that personally. I feel like, if anything, this is a great way to have much, much less wasteful packaging, because for every single one of these, you would have that little tiny, I'm looking for one right here, like a cardboard unicarton like this. And instead of having a ton of little cardboard unicartons, I mean, yes, it's plastic, but at least it is a lot less material than something like this. And I know that cardboard is probably something you can recycle versus something like this, which you can't. I'm not sure what type of plastic these are made out of. Maybe they're biodegradable, vinyl-y type plastic, I don't know. But all I'm saying is that if you're looking for less packaging waste, I actually think this is a cool concept, depending on the grade or type of plastic it's made out of. Just something to note. Now let's talk for a second about these vinyl lips here. Ooh, that is really pretty. This is the Revlon Ultra HD Vinyl Lip Polish. Oh my god, you guys, look at the color, look at the shine. This is in the shade 925 Birthday Suit. Ooh, that's pretty too. That right there is the shade Date Night. Oh, this color is everything. This is Berry Blissed. Oh my word. I love that color so freaking much. Okay. And then it looks like I also do have 3 glosses here, but I'm going to set these aside because I'm thinking one of these 3 is going to do just fine for today. So we can save those other lip products for another day. I rhymed. So fun. I went ahead and I removed the foundation that was on my lips, and I'm going to go in with Date Night. Oh, wow. That is so creamy. All right, you guys, and this is the finished look. Went ahead, I popped my earrings back in, and I am so glad I did this video. I sat here and I hemmed and hawed for so long this morning about what to film and what do I want to do and how do I want to film. Oh my god, and I just get so caught up sometimes with like the bureaucracy of filming and what to do when and how to do, and it was just so good to sit down and have literally no rules, no structure, and just play around with new drugstore makeup. But on a real level, as far as what I think of these products, I'm pretty impressed overall with the way everything applied and the way that it all kind of came together to make a cohesive look. I'm super impressed with that Daydream palette, this one here from Alter Ego. Again, I will leave the information down below for the link and my coupon code if you want to use it and test it out and see for yourself what the quality is. The Revlon Lip is a little bit sticky, but I don't mind it yet. I feel like it's so nice on the lips. It is sitting beautifully. It looks nice and lustrous. It's a really nice thick combination, I would say, between the look of like a satin lipstick once you add a thicker gloss on top of it, but it's both in one. Everything else, the brows, I just feel like came together really nicely. A lot of these bigger like face and eyeshadow palettes, obviously I'll have to play around with those some more. But let me know down below, like I said, your thoughts, opinions. What do you think of the eye look? What are your favorite products? Anything in here you were curious about? I'd love to hear from you down below. And don't forget, while you're down there, you can check me out on Instagram and on Twitter. They are both linked in the description box. And if you haven't done so yet, you can also subscribe and turn on your post notifications for this here YouTube channel, because your girl puts up 5 videos a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. They go up bright and early between 6 and 7 a.m. my time here in Northern Michigan. But you guys, that is it. Thank you all so much for watching. Please do not forget to have a great day, night, weekend, whatever it is when you're watching this, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Okay, let's go ahead and remove these. Yes. I will be your guardian. Now for blushes. Okay.